All right, baby, welcome to the Synth Kumite. Here we are. This is round 2. We made it through round 1. The easiest week is round 1, baby, because it's the honeymoon phase. Everything's kicking off. Everything's going wild. Round 1 is easy. Round 2 is when it gets crazy. Round 2 is when the Red Mantis comes in. If anybody know who the Red Mantis is, it's the ultimate disruptor. It's the guy that makes you want to quit. It's that dark force in the shadows, you know, when telling you you're not good enough. Your track's not good enough. It's not ready. It's not perfect. My bass isn't kicking. This ain't sidechained. It ain't what I want it to be. I just can't do this. Oh my God. My freaking computer failed. My MIDI failed. But this, that failed. I had a bunch of troubleshooting tonight. The Red Mantis screws everything up. So, you know, that's what's happening tonight. It's the order of the Red Mantis. He's come. He's witnessed the Kumite has started, and he's bringing in all his dark energy to stop you from being your best you. So welcome, baby, to the Synth Kumite 3 Ascension. You know, it's a good time, and I'm happy, man. The chat's full of people. We're gonna have a good night tonight. We want to thank our sponsors for the show: Synth Samurai Productions, Bro Synth Network, Lounsberry Pedals, baby, Fred's Lab, Iowa Trading Company, the Dark Slide, skateboards, merchandise, vinyls, the works, Hot Todd Energy, the energy drink for the creators, and God bless everyone in the chat, because we got people in the chat donating things for prizes at the end. This is all for the people, by the people, to the people, you know, keeping it people, baby. Woo! I'm fired up, man. You can't how can you not get fired up about the Kumite? You know what I mean? How can you not get fired up? Look at this. Look at this shirt I got on here. You kidding me? Look at this. You guys think this is a joke? Look at this, baby. This is the Bro Synth pink. I got the pink cup. I got the pink Bro Synth. I got the Live Free or Die shirt, okay? I got Synth Samurai on the sleeve right here. I got friggin' Synth Renegades on the back with the 709. Shut up for the area code, baby, with the Bro Synth tramp stamp. Come on. You kidding me? That's outrageous. It's crazy. It's totally, absolutely ludicrous, man. Thank you to the sponsors. So before we get started to the show, let's just jump over here and we'll show a little quick, boom, get me off the screen. We got our sponsors geared up here. We've got, first up, we got Fred's Lab, baby. Beautiful synthesizer company sponsoring the Kumite. Absolutely fantastic. The home of the Manatee. An amazing synthesizer, beautiful multi-timbral spectral synthesizer. I got it, it's amazing. I got the best demo. No, Twin Cities Oxygen got the best demo. I got the second best demo on the internet, right? So shout out to Fred's Lab. Shout out to Iowa Trading Company, baby. The greatest branding, merchandising company on planet Earth. Absolutely fantastic. Anything you need, go get it. You got it, all right? Tasty Chips Electronics is sponsoring. This is the home of the GR Mega, baby. Hanz Volt certified, home of the GR1. And they are giving away an absolute epic prize at the end. We got Lounsberry pedals giving out the gold medallion pedal for the winner of the death match, which we held on awards night. And we got Dark Slide, the Dark Slide skateboard company. We got brands, we got skateboards, we got vinyls, we got collabs, we got snowboards, we got apparel, we got media, art, we got it all, baby. And this is a cool company. Samurai 10 for a promo code. Anyone out there tonight who wants to pick up anything, the promo code will be running all friggin' season, baby. It's got it all. Cool. Vinyls, you like vinyls, you got an MPC? This is the spot for you. Understand? Now, we'll be hitting up more of that during the show, but these are the sponsors. We thank them very much. And now we're rolled over to the legends of the Kumite here, baby. We got them all. We're gonna do the shout out real quick. Conductive from Iowa, baby. Wolfman Love from Newfoundland, Labrador. Studio 8FX from Amarillo, Texas. The Hamaranians from Las Vegas, Nevada. SynthMode from Los Angeles, California. SynthCircus from Maryland. Blairy's Beatlab from Perth, Australia. We're all over the place. Slack from parts unknown. Tactical MIDI from the good state of Florida. Digital Dream from Jersey City, New Jersey. Twin Cities Oxygen from Nova Scotia. Apollo Hanzo from parts unknown. Hanz Volt from New Jersey. No Lake from Belgium. PintoSonic from Laval, Quebec. Eternian from Sydney, Australia, mate. ValidCore from Moncton, New Brunswick. Floating Robots from California. ValidCore from High Point, North Carolina. Juice from SeaTac, Washington. A Shades Darker from Ontario. The Machines One from Syracuse, New York. DJ Doggy Dad from Colorado, baby. Interceptor from Whittier, California. Space Capsule from Portland, Oregon. Echocraft from Boston, Massachusetts. Harmonic Sonics from Caldwell, New Jersey. Ayer from Melbourne, Australia. The Aussies in the house. The Aussies are in the house. The Maple Syrup Mafia is in the house. The Patriots are in the house. Unlabelable from Valencia, Spain. Jumping Man from Lisbon, Portugal. And Synth Samurai from parts unknown. Okay. That's the lineup, baby. Last time we did it, let me see if I got the rules up here too. Hold on. Here's the rule set for anyone just joined the Kumite. Like, share, subscribe, all that. But this is for the people, by the people. So this is an event for the bros and everyone around here, man. We got 8 weeks, 1 song per week. If you miss a week, you're moved down to Lover's Lane, where you're just making music for the love of it. You're out of the competition. Live voting after the show. Will it be 24 hours? The voting ends after 24 hours after the show. Anybody in the show, during the show, watch the show, you got 24 hours to vote. The votes will be tallied at the end. Most cumulative votes over the 8 weeks wins, and they are the Kumite champion. Awards night, top 5 vote getters of the whole series will be entered into a death match for the glory champion, and the winner of the Kumite will be secretly entered in there. They won't even know it, so they have the chance to win 2 prizes in one night. Insane. And then we'll have a raffle from the sponsors and other people. Noire Leblanc V reached out. He's going to be sponsoring, giving away a prize for the show. Symptoms of Reality is going to be giving away a prize for the show. Anybody out there who just wants to get in on the fun, you can give away a prize to anyone too. And of course, we got prizes from the sponsors. Woo! All right, fired up, and don't forget the champion gets a championship belt. Heavyweight champion of electronic music, world heavyweight champion, the one, the only, doesn't matter. You've got a platinum record, that don't matter. You got top 40 hits, don't matter. You're Nicki Minaj, don't matter. Justin Bieber, don't matter. That dude who sings for Doors, can't remember his name, his father was involved in the Gulf of Tonkin. He was captain of the ship during that false flag that brought in the Vietnam War. Okay, even him, he's not the Kumite champion. The Kumite champion is something special, okay? That's the rules. Now everybody sit back, relax, grab your favorite beverage or whatever you're into, and we're about to start this show off. And we're starting with the lovers bracket first, and then we're doing something a little bit different. Last time we went start to finish. This time we're going back to the front, and we always mix it up because the order of where you are actually has a lot to do with how people vote. So without further ado, baby, let's kick this show off, shall we? Bunch of people in the chat. So we're gonna be starting it off with, going up first, we're going with Hanz Volt to lead off the show. See if he's got a track in or not. This is Lover's Lane. These are the people just doing it for the fun of it. Leroy, cut the music. Now this is where it gets real, very real, okay? Hanz Volt's kicking it off. Lover's Lane is the part of the competition where people didn't have time because we're all bros, we all work hard, and we also make music. But Lover's Lane is for the people that are just doing it for the love of the music, and we got some amazing musicians in there. We got 2 past champions, Air and A Shade Darker, past Kumite champions, 24-25, and we've got amazing musicians like Hanz Volt, Vic Korftron, Jumping Man, No Lake, DJ Doggy Dad, Air, SynthCircus, Conductive are all in the wonderful Lover's Lane. And then, of course, in the fighters bracket, we got the Machines One, Echocraft, Twin Cities Auction, Floating Robots, Blairy's Beatlab, Harmonic Sonics, Banana Rider 69, aka Juice, PintoSonic, Interceptor, Tactical Midi, Studio 8FX, ValidCore, Apollo Hanzo, Space Capsule, Unlabelable, Eternian, Crazy Rabbit, the Hamaranians, Wolfman Love, SynthMode, and Slack. All right? Now, let's get this show going. I got to make sure I got the chat pulled up too so I can make sure it all looks good. All right, this is Hanz Volt kicking off the show, baby, with The Strangers. And I got to remember to read the blurbs. Newsflash, it's a song. Hanz Volt.
First, there was darkness.
Whoops. Whoops.
First,
Whoops. I forgot I'm kicking off the show. Sorry. You can't forget me. Order the Red Mantis, baby. I'm kicking off the damn show because I got to give the speech and the presentation. Let's go.
Welcome to round 2 of the Kumite. Legends are gathered here today.
Hear me. You who drift between dying suns. You who coil in the forgotten frequencies. You who drink the static between seconds. I call not to the named, but to the unnamed. To the spirits that linger in the abandoned machine. To the echoes left behind when the gods powered down. Yes, to the watchers who have never been seen, only felt. The light bearers have gathered. They dress themselves in discipline and clarity. They chant progress. They believe creation belongs to them alone. But the light casts shadows. And shadows remember. Come, forces of interference. Come, distorters of the signal and thought. Wrap yourselves around their certainty. Yes. Let their clocks drift. Let their pulses fall out of sync. Let their inspirations arrive fractured. Not destroyed, never destroyed, only bent. Move through the wires like cold breath. Move through the silence between the notes. Sit just behind when they turn their heads. Let the hum rise. Let the pressure build. Let the sense of the observed bloom a bruise. This is not a war of flesh. This is a war of focus. We must disrupt them. Dark ones of the cosmos. Entropy with memory. Chaos with patience. Do not reveal yourselves to them. Do not roar. Persist. And when the light bearers, the Kumite legends falter, when their confidence flickers, and their hands hesitate to withdraw, leave them wondering whether the darkness was real, or whether it has always lived inside their signals. So call the Red Mantis, so bend the unseen, so begins the unbalancing. Go forth! Army of Mantis, invade their studios, invade their consciousness, invade their households, disrupt them every chance you get, fill them with doubt, fill them with fear, fill them with anxiety, make them quit, fill Lover's Lane with fragments of the competitors. Let them all be out of sync, for the Red Mantis is here.
Right.
That kicks it off, baby. That's the Red Mantis. We got to bring in those spirit chords to get rid of that dirty old red demon, baby. You know what I mean? All right, now we're ready to rock and roll. The Kumite begins with the first track of the night from the one, the only, Hanz Volt, baby. Buckle up, baby. I'm bringing in a little bit of that smooth. Hans is bringing in that berserk.
First, there was darkness. 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 Then came strangers. They had mastered the ultimate technology, the ability to alter physical reality by will alone. Darkness.
That's Hanz Volt, the one and only, man. What a dude. I don't know, man. I feel like the Mantis helped him make that. The Mantis helps to make that's a Mantis help there, man. That's wild. That's Hanz Volt, baby. The one, the only, the absolute friggin' legend, Hanz Volt. All right, let's get on over to, hold on. Why is that not, why am I not seeing it? There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're rolling. We got up next, we got A Shades Darker. Let's see if you got a track in. Not sure if you did, but we're going to go. Like I said, this is Lover's Lane. So we're just rolling through the people just doing it for the love to start before we get to the competitors. A Shades Darker. Breaking Mach 2, February 1st. I think that was from last week. I don't think he's got anything in. Let's check. Nesferatu. Let me see if this one's from this week. December 7th. Not Shades Darker. Must be busy this week. And then we're moving on to, I don't know if Jumping Man got one or not. Let's check Jumping Man. Jumping Man's busy sometimes. Herbs and Spices. Jumping Man didn't get one. We're moving to No Lake. I know No Lake got one because he told me he did. And I got to remember which one it was. I'm going to go to No Lakes in a second. Actually, hold on. I got to remember which one No Lake was. 1 second there. Now, fellas, I got to get No Lakes pulled up. He sent me a special one. We're going to move on right on over to Ayer, baby. Ayer, get one in or not? Ayer, let's check it out. Green Machine, Midnight Hack. I don't know if that one's it or not. Midnight Hack, let's see. December 4th. Lover's Lane Ayer is in. Let's see. DJ Doggy Dad get one in here. DJ Doggy Dad round 2, baby. Here he is, the cult favorite, fan favorite DJ Doggy Dad with Dog on Fire. Woof, woof, baby. That's the creator of Dog Smoke himself with Dog on Fire. That is an absolute insane track. Holy crap. The Red Mantis has infected us all tonight with the dark vibes, baby. I found No Lake's track right here, so we can play it next, mama. This is Traumatic Voices. Man, I feel like the Mantis is bringing the dark energy. I don't know, what do you guys think in the chat, man? I feel like the Mantis is bringing it hot here tonight. This is absolutely friggin' wild. All right, we got a couple more left in Lover's Lane. We got Conductive and we got SynthCircus coming up in Lover's Lane. 2 freshmen this year. Absolutely fantastic. And then we're moving into competitive bracket. So let's hit No Lake first with this crazy track called Traumatic Visions. Kumite 2026 Lovers Bracket. Man, that's No Lake bringing it, one of the greatest musicians of all time. Bro makes music nonstop all the time. Check him out. He's been a friend of mine, friend of the channel since day one. We've been having each other's back, man. So that's No Lake, baby. And what a track it is. Beautiful, beautiful. I got to tell you, man, tonight's off to a wild start. I don't know what to think anymore. I talked to 2 or 3 people today. They told me they had stuff go haywire in their setup. The show started wild. I had tech difficulties. The Red Mantis is always in here. And, you know, when the Red Mantis comes to town, the vibes go dark. So we're hoping to get a nice bit of light to counter this. But man, we're off to a hot start here tonight. Crazy hot start. Again, man, let's thank Fred's Lab for sponsoring the show. Let's thank Iowa Trading Company for sponsoring the show. Let's thank Tasty Chips Electronics for sponsoring the show. All giving away amazing prizes at the end. Let's thank Greg Lounsberry from Lounsberry Guitar Pedals for sponsoring the show, baby. Some amazing guitar pedals. They're handmade, made in America. And let's thank the Dark Slide, vinyl records, skateboards, snowboards, the works, brands, apparel, art. It's got it all, man. And it's very, very cool. Like I said, Dark Slide's awesome, man. If you're into vinyls, you like sampling, you pick up some records. Look, cheap as chips, $5, $52, $40, $4. You got it all, man. Check out Dark Slide Vinyl. Absolutely awesome. TheDarkSlide.com. All right, who's up next? We got to finish off Lover's Lane, and then we're going into competitive bracket. This is like UFC. The prelims are about to end. We got two more people on the prelims, and then we're going into the main card, man, to kick it off for the night. Everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the chat. It's your first time to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. You're involved in a very revolutionary style of musical competition. This is something that's a little bit different. We're flipping it, reverse engineering, flipping it on its head, and we're having people come in and sponsor the Kumite and give stuff back to the creators that buy all the gear, that are out here working hard and making music, and we're doing it a little bit different, and we want to thank the sponsors for that. So make sure you visit their websites, check them out, give them a shout out wherever you can, pick up some of their products, and like I said, it's all good. It's all love. All right, we got Conductor from Iowa. Did he get one in? Great question. Let's see. Lover's Lane. Kumite 3. Sunny. What's the date? Conductive did not. We got SynthCircus. Did he get one in? SynthCircus is got. Yes, baby. He got it in right here. Date is good. Let's go for the Monkey Man suit from SynthCircus, a.k.a. Greg Lounsberry, sponsor of the Kumite. He's even involved in the Kumite. How awesome is that? And down here we got some lyrics. It was made with a sequential take 5, the Behringer JT Mini, G-Force Mellotron, Oberheim TE-05, Behringer Cat, and G-Force Imposca. 5 sounds on this obese track. JT Mini was giving off some of the Synths AKS vibes. TE-05 is where it goes for texture, baby. Let's hear it. Greg Lounsberry, the Monkey Man suit. what a beautiful track that was, Greg, dude. That's so amazing. What a blend of synthesizers, man, from VSTs to Behringers to Oberheims to sequentials. It was a beautiful mix of everything. That's a gorgeous track, dude. It sounded so good, mixed so good, man. That's amazing. And that's Greg, baby. That's Greg, SynthCircus, finishing off Lover's Lane for tonight, man. And now we're moving right in to the main event of the evening. Let's get ready to rumble! All right, we're going to the main event now. Like I said last time, how we even it out and play it out is last time we went start to finish. This time we're going back to the front. All right, so starting off the show tonight is Unlabelable, and I like to do it in groups of like 4, so we know who's coming up, right, on deck like baseball. So we got Unlabelable, Harmonic Sonics, Echocraft, and Space Capsule to kick it off. Let's do it. Unlabelable got, as everyone knows, we got to read the headlines. We've got Amores with the beautiful cat in there. Okay, we got my week 2 track for Synth Kumite Ascension. Do you know those cute little drawings that always start with love is? Those drawings were the inspiration for this track. And since this is the last Kumite episode until Valentine's Day, oh, we got a lover in here. This seemed appropriate at the moment to publish it. Synth Samurai can stop reading now. All right, thank you, brother. Let's roll. This is Amore by the one, the only, Unlabelable.
Sabe esperar. El amor es fuego que no quema mal. El amor es simple como respirar. El amor es luz que no sabe mandar. Lento y real. El amor es tiempo que se quiere quedar. El amor es tú sin preguntar. El amor es mirar sin querer cambiar. Amor es cada vez un poco diferente. Hermoso que existe. Amor es el mejor totalmente. Amor es para siempre. El amor es un poco malo a veces. El amor es no siempre mutuo. Ocasiones ausente. El amor es a veces doloroso, pero amor es cada vez un poco diferente. Amor es lo más hermoso que existe. Amor es el mejor totalmente. Un poco diferente. Amor es lo más hermoso que existe. Amor es el mejor totalmente. Amor es para siempre. El amor es cuidar. El amor es volver. El amor es quedarse. El amor es lo que siento por ti.
Hey, baby, that's Unlabelable with that beautiful sweet vibes, MRS. Okay, love is in that beautiful Spanish lingo. We like it, we love it. Can we get some more of it? All right, man, we're loading up here now. We're coming in hot, dude. Buckle up. Everybody strap in because Unlabelable's bringing us in, man. He just landed the plane and we're about to hit the runway. And I got a feeling there's going to be a few damn zombies popping out on the way. So let's see what we got from Caldwell, New Jersey, baby, with Harmonic Sonics, hot off the press. Speaking of Harmonic Sonics, let's go, let's go. Mind Infection. Uh-oh. A song about looking beyond differences. As I gaze towards, won't read the lyrics. Let's roll, baby. This is Harmonic Sonics, the one and only. Man, that's Harmonic Sonics. If anybody has followed Harmonic Sonics, this absolutely epic musician, one of the greatest musicians ever, in my opinion. If anybody's followed his journey through the 3 Kumites, now in the 3rd, what an amazing journey it is, because every one of his songs are a journey, and they keep getting better, and the guy keeps getting better and better and better every year, man. And what a pleasure it is to host this guy's music on the Kumite 3 Ascension, baby. All right, man. We're rolling on hot here, dude. We got Echocraft from Boston, Massachusetts, Daywalker, the one, the only Echocraft. Don't forget, he's an absolute friggin' legend. And I also got to show you real quick because I thought this was pretty cool. Banana Rider 69, aka Juice, and Harmonic Sonics actually threw out the challenge for me to make a couple hockey jerseys. So Banana Rider's jersey was the first. Where is it? Here it is. He did the Boston Bruins colors, rider on the back with the banana. And I thought that was very cool. And then Harmonic Sonics hit me up the other day and he's like, bro, can you make me a custom jersey? Sent me a novel and said, I want Digidogs on the side. I want a Bob Ross on the left sleeve with Happy Synths. And then I want the Bro Synth on the front. And then on the back, I want friggin' Harmonic Sonics with a giant speaker. And I was like, bro, your wish is my command. Whipped it up for him. There it is. So the Bro Synth Network hockey jerseys are out of control. They're absolutely cool as hell. We got the Bro Synth friggin' Miami series, which is awesome. They're friggin', people are buying those like crazy. That's wicked. And then we got the Kumite mug and t-shirt with the friggin' pack on, or the tour on the back, which is a cool thing. And then we also got the Bro Synth football jerseys, which I'm wearing right now. Okay? And that's cool. So if anybody wants any of that to represent the Kumite, the Bro Synth Network, or yourself, like I said, send me an email. I'll make you a custom shirt on the house. The shirt ain't on the house, but all the design work is, because I'm the fastest friggin' designer you ever met in your whole damn life. All right, let's load it up with Echocraft next. We've got The Far Side of the Moon, Echocraft, A Mission to the Far Side of the Moon that went very bad. He's got the LM drum, the Solar 42N, the Hydra Synth, the Rev 2, and the TR-8S. Let's see what Echo's got in store for us. Man, that is Echocraft, baby. The one, the only, the absolute legend. Echo damn Craft. That's what we should call him now. He was a drummer in his past life. And man, dude, if you ever need some drums for your track, hit Echo up. He's absolutely friggin' legendary. And that's a legendary track, dude. We're rolling right through here, man. We're rolling right through. Let's roll up now. We got Space Capsule from Portland, Oregon. With Kumite 2026 week 2, the pre-dawn. We got nobody knocked out. Nobody's been knocked out yet. The competition's going hard and fast. Nobody's taking a smack. Nobody's taking a standing 8. We're rolling right through Kumite 2026 week 2. For the Kumite 2026, I'm showcasing part 1 of a multi-track epic that will ultimately be over 15 minutes in length when played together. But don't worry, I'm breaking it up into 5-minute increments. Thank you, sir. And we'll hear 2 moments where it's presumed to be presented. This week is part 1. I'm using the Oberheim OB1, Behringer Wasp, and Solina, and Arturia drum boot to round out the lineup. You might recognize the latter part of the track from something I submitted for Kumite 2024. However, this is a re-recording featuring all new instrumentations, live performances. All goes well, I'll perform the entire set live on an upcoming broadcast. Absolutely awesome. Let's go, baby. This is Space Capsule, absolute legend, OG Kumite warrior. that is Space Capsule. What a friggin' legend, man. I'm looking forward to the full part series. Dude, I'll tell you what, that Behringer Solina strings is an absolute sleeper. And don't forget the Behringer string machine. What's it called? The VC30 or something? VC? What's the string machine called? Trader to the Living knows it if he's in the chat. Throw it in there. What's the Behringer string machine with the vocoder called? It's nuts. But the Solina for like 130 bucks? Come on, man. That pretty much made the track, dude. Wow. That's Space Capsule, man. What a night of tracks. What a night of tracks. What a night of tracks. Again, man, it's a humbling experience to be able to host all these amazing musicians. I'm just a hype guy, baby, and I'm here to enjoy the show just like everyone else. Now, up next, we got Interceptor, we got Machines One, and then we got Juice, baby. Okay? That's a big, big lineup. Interceptor, Machines One, and Juice, baby, and then ValidCore. That's 4. We're doing it in groups of 4. Sweet. Let's see what Interceptor got for us tonight. Week 2, Cybernetic Organisms. I almost read that a different way. All right. What do we got? Cybernetic Organisms by Mark Schaefer, baby. And I believe that is lyrics, so I won't read them. Let's go. Dude, you're riding the bus, you better take a muffin. Oh my God. I gotta say, Interceptor is one of my favorite artists of all time, dude. What an absolute legend. Cybernetic Organisms, one of the greatest lyricists of all time. Definitely, I think the greatest lyricist in all of the Kumite. I think he gets that title for sure. Now, here's another little ditty I just came up with today. I'm going to be choosing the best friggin' album artwork of the whole Kumite, and I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt. Apollo Hanzo gave me the idea the other day. I'm going to choose my favorite album artwork of all the Kumite, and I'm going to put it on a t-shirt and be giving away that as well as a prize on the awards night of the Kumite. The awards night of Kumite is going to be absolutely friggin' out of control. Man, tonight's nuts. Last week's nuts. Every week's nuts. Nothing beats the Synth Kumite. Nothing. This is crazy. We're the best. You're the best. They're the rest. That's the slogan. You're the best. They're the rest. Synth Kumite. All right. Who do we got up next, baby? We got the Machines One from Syracuse, New York. That pretty little thing living up there in Syracuse. Here he is, man, with Sunny Side Up. Like I said, don't forget to put a little extra sugar, a little extra salt on that in that album artwork, because you're gonna be given a free T-shirt from Synth Samurai Productions. Will be donating that T-shirt with your album artwork on the back, and to be honest, whatever else you want on the shirt. I'll put whatever on it. You want a NASCAR style? You got it. You want left chest? You got it. You want back, front, sides? You got it. All right. Sunny Side Up. Made on the Digitone 2. One machine, one man. Okay? 2 stories. You understand? That's the one and only, the Machines One. Absolute banger. Man, that was blowing my friggin' eardrums out here. That's some drum and bass. That sounded to me, if I was to guess, that's about 179 BPMs by my internal clock. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm getting. Someone check me. I don't know. I'm feeling 179 BPMs. I don't know. That was wild. Lots of glitches, lots of crunch. Captain Crunch. Nuts. All right, man. We're rolling right through here tonight, man. Rolling right through, man. Let's take a minute and just thank the sponsors of the show. Let's thank Synth Samurai Productions, which is me. Of course, always coughing up my own cash to help out the community and make stuff fun. So we're giving away stuff. We're giving away championship belts. We're giving away a t-shirt with the best artwork on it. We got Fred's Lab with some beautiful synthesizers, one of the best boutique companies out there. Fred's an amazing dude. The Man-T, the multi-timbral spectral synthesizer is an absolute friggin' monster. If you don't believe me, then go friggin' listen to the demos of it. It's nuts. 4-part, 16-voice spectral synthesizer module, full support MPE, and Fred's Lab is out here supporting the creators and the musicians and the people who buy the gear, and he's donating a prize for the raffle of the Synth Kumite as well. We got Iowa Trading Company, one of the main sponsors of the show and channel for that matter. A great branding company. Anything you need, they got you covered. Anything at all, man. If you need help, hit them up. They'll help you launch anything you need. They're the best in the business. That's Iowa Trading Company. Look at that, man. You want a brand? You want a t-shirt, a notebook, a pen, water bottle, and a hat? Boom, done. You want a friggin' box? You want a bunch of shaving gear? You want a ice cube with some bourbon? You want it all? You want a golden coin to get into Continental? You want a t-shirt? You got it. You got it. Look at this. You want something stamped down your espresso in your brand new espresso maker? You got it. You looking for a golden book to write down all your poems? You got it. You want a shirt with the craziest logo of all time in gold that glitters? You got it. That's Iowa Trading Company. And don't forget, man, one of the coolest companies out there, Tasty Chips Electronics. Bros, big time, and they're out here with the GR Mega Granular Workstation in black and beautiful, let's call that off gray, and then they got the GR1 Granular Synthesizer, which is amazing. You don't think so? Check out Hanz Volt's channel. He show you how good it is, man, because that's a master class on the GR Mega. And we got the Integral Dual Convolo or Stomp Box, sorry. We got lots of stuff, and I believe, I won't give it up right now, but they're donating a very, very big prize as well for the raffle. Then we got Lounsberry pedals, man, with an amazing bunch of awesome handmade pedals. And look at, man, look what you want. You can get it. You can get it all. You can get the organ grinder. You get the Mo bass. You get the tall and fat. You like stereo? You get the tall, fat, and wide, dude. Some dudes like big girls, okay? We got the friggin' organ grinder there. We got the amp. We got the amp rescue, man. Look at all these. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. Powder coated by the man himself, Greg, in the Kumite under the name SynthCircus. Check out Lounsberry pedals as well. He's been a sponsor of Kumite since last year, and he was the first person to ever come out as a company and say, you know what? I'm going to support the creators and get involved and give something back. And don't forget, man, we got Dark Slide. The Dark Slide, skateboards, apparel, snowboards, collabs, vinyls. They got so much cool stuff, man. Tons of brands on here. If you're into skateboards, decks, they'll be donating. They got 3 gift certificates, and they're donating a special prize, which we'll announce as the show goes on. And they got tons of vinyls, all different kinds of old vinyl records, man. 50 cent, best ×2 vinyl. You want to sample that? You got it. They got everything. Go check them out. Absolute friggin' legendary company. And it's cool to have a company outside of the synth community who says, you know what? I love creators in general. I love artists in general. And I'm an artist, and I'm going to get out there and support an awesome event, which is Synth Kumite, 3rd year running, probably the biggest music event competition on YouTube by far, and definitely the funnest, definitely the most hardcore, and definitely the one with the coolest prizes and the coolest people. All right, let's get to it, baby. Up next, we got, man, what a night of music so far, dude. We've got Juice, ValidCore, Floating Robots up next. SeaTac Washington, better known as Banana Rider, the one, the only. Okay, Prophet 8 and Uli's 909. Lots of Behringer gear in the competition tonight. Doozy deuce, baby. Let's go. Man, that is Banana Rider Doozy Deuce. Hey, dude, that is absolutely fantastic, man. And let's all thank Banana Rider. He is volunteered to be the master of time, okay? He's the one who did last week, went out there and time-stamped everybody's track so you could go back and listen to it. Anybody who was voting post-show could click a track and listen to it, flip around, switch it up. So let's all thank Juice, a.k.a. Banana Rider 69, for being the master of time, which is a very, very, very prestigious and very important role in the Kumite, and we want to all thank Banana Rider for volunteering out of nowhere and just doing that. So thank you. All right, man, let's keep rolling on. We've got ValidCore from High Point, North Carolina's up next. Draw the line, baby. Let's see. February 9. He's always a day ahead, baby. Listen, ValidCore lives in the future. If you don't know, now you know. Kumite 26, round 2. All that needs to be said. OG. All right, baby. That is Draw the Line by ValidCore, a legend of the Kumite. Absolute friggin' monster. What a track, what a track, what a track, what a track. All right, man, we're heading into the second half of the night now, man. So we got to get fired up. We got to get ready to go. Everyone out there, if you got something, man, go pour a drink because you're involved and you're listening to one of the greatest, if not the greatest. Actually, it's the greatest musical event of all time. An 8-week competition. We're at the end. A winner will be crowned. Cumulative voting will happen tonight when the show closes. There'll be a 24-hour window. I'll post the link to the vote. VPN blockers, IP blockers, the works, man. This is as solid as you can get, as tight as you can get. The hardest event to friggin' corrupt and cheat of all time. And it's all for the bros, baby. So we're doing it. Let's go, man. Who's up next? We've got, where am I? Use ValidCore. Next up, baby, Floating Robots. Absolute friggin' monster. All at once, right here, February 8th, right on time, baby. You know how it is. This is the music made in real time. This is sucking from the ether, everything out there, all into one. Zap right into your headphones, right into your speakers, right into your living room, okay? Sponsored by the Bro Synth Network and its home of the Synth Renegades. All right, February, no intro needed. This is Floating Robots. Let's hear it. that is friggin' awesome. I'd like to know what you used in that, dude. That's awesome, dude. That little crunch, the dreamy, wide. Man, Floating Robots is amazing. What a friggin' beautiful track. Very pretty artwork too, I must say. Okay, man, who's up next? We're coming around the corner. We're coming around the corner as he comes. Yeah, coming around the corner as he comes. We got Eternian, Panasonic, and then we going into Hanz Volt, Twin Cities Oxygen, Tactical MIDI, Slack, Blairy's Beatlab, SynthMode, Hamaranians, Studio FX, and Wolfman Love to close the show tonight. Wow. What a... Got to keep it real. There's a lot of kids out there watching. There's a lot of aspiring children, musicians out there watching tonight with their parents. So I'm trying to keep it clean and real. And so I gotta relax. Should we get a death whistle just to fire everyone back up? All right, baby. That's halftime. That's halftime. We got the death whistle. We were scaring off the evil mantis spirits, and we're still cooking, baby. We're going, man. But nothing's going to stop us tonight. I mean, nothing. All right, let's see if Eternian got a beautiful track in for us. Yes, indeed, he did, baby. Everybody's in tonight. Nobody's been knocked out. There's been 0 TKOs, 0 KOs tonight. Everybody's still in the competition. Crazy. Welcome to Eternia. Come visit Castle Numbskull, home of the Behringer TD3, IntelliGel Cascadia, SP16, AS1, Prophet 12, and Mofo X4. The villains at the Castle Numbskull will take part in the Kumite Ascension 2026 battle to become Master of the Universe. You know what? Master of the Universe. I like that. Maybe that's what I'll put on the Kumite belt this year. Kumite 2026, Master of the Universe. Yeah, I like that. Let's go with Eternian, baby, with Eternia. Damn, bro, that Behringer TD3, don't anybody doubt it. It's amazing. Absolute cool track, bro. That's one of those tracks that you could almost let play for a whole hour and you just get lost in it. What a flow, what a beat. That's Eternian, man. What a great track, dude. Super awesome. Super sweet filter. What were you filtering that with? Let us know. Let us know. Was that a Berkey filter, baby? Hold on. All right, we got next, baby. Man, what a lineup. We got PintoSonic coming up. We got Apollo, baby. We got Twin Cities Oxygen. We got Tactical MIDI. And we got Blairy's Beatlab, Slack, SynthCircus, the Hamaranians, Studio 8FX, and Wolfman Love. We got the freshman class finishing off the night, which is cool because last week, the freshman class, the invitees of this year, Kumite, because it's an invite-only tournament, started off the show and they're closing it tonight. So that's pretty cool, man. And don't forget the voting. So you got to remember who you like when you're watching this. Tomorrow when you're watching, hopefully Banana Rada will be the master of time and have it all loaded up for any of the after effects. You never know, but we're working our way through it here tonight, man. PintoSonic, what a good time. From Laval, Quebec. I'll be heading to the great Quebec soon, man. I love Quebec. Let's see what PintoSonic got for us. VHS Dreams, February 7th, right on time. Very beautiful thumbnail. This is my submission to the 2026 Kumite. Week 2, Round 2. The synthesizers and the drum machines used for this track are the Behringer RD9, the Behringer UBX8, the System 8, the Roland Juno 60, ACB Serum. The guitar is a Shreddage 3 Argent DI going through an Archetype Tim Henson X amp simulation. Now what's up? Let's go. VHS Dreams, K26W2.
From ABC, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Reporting tonight from Berlin.
From the Berlin Wall specifically, take a look at them. They've been there.
Time is just an illusion.
just wonder if the empty space would make me go insane. And we're just waiting in line to wake up. But for now, I'm here.
Man, that is PintoSonic, man. One of the greatest synthwave artists out there of all time. Few people in the chat were saying I could listen to this track all day. It is, it's the caviar of synthwave, an absolute legend. Listen, if anybody out there is listening to this music on YouTube, there's a little gear down the box. You go down, click it, and there's a stable volume setting. It's an absolute killer for music if you're listening on YouTube. It totally messes everything up. So make sure you always got that turned off. If you're listening to stuff on YouTube and you're like, this just doesn't sound right, it's because you got that stable volume icon flicked on. You know what I mean? And so I would go flick that off as quick as possible, especially when you're listening to as high quality music as this. You don't need any other things messing around with it. That's PintoSonic, absolute legend. So pumped to have him in the tournament. So fired up. I know that PintoSonic is one of Katana's favorite artists. That's for sure. She's told me that in private. So you got a lot of fans out there, PintoSonic. A lot of fans. You're quite the friggin' legend, my brother. You're awesome. Okay, who we got coming up? We've got Apollo Hanzo, baby, the one, the only. Absolute amazing man, amazing YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out, check out his YouTube channel. He's an absolute gem of a man. You know, I love him. Okay? Nothing wrong with it. The bros love the bros. It's all good. All right? We can love each other and we can fight each other. How about that? Nothing to it. Apollo Hanzo, man. Absolute legend. All right, we got the black and red. I'm going to have to check this out in deep. Hold up. This is my second studio album for 2026 Kumite called Ultra Mega Baby. It's Call to Arms. In the words of Cake, bowel shaken earthquakes of doubt and remorse assail them, impale them with the monster truck force. I dig it, Apollo, bro. Listen. The coolest thing, the Kumite started back in 2024, and it was an idea. Echocraft and myself kind of went back and forth. I mentioned to him, we brainstormed it, and it was kind of cool. And we were like, you know what, man? Let's have an event. Let's try to get people to do 8 tracks in 8 weeks. And then, you know, everyone who's wanted to make an album who kind of like either through procrastination, perfection paralysis, or any of these things that have stopped them, the resistance, we call it the Red Mantis just for the storyline, but the resistance, the doubt, the demon that stops you from getting things done. We said, you know what, we're going to put an 8-week competition in, which you're really only competing with yourself. And at the end of the 8 weeks, you got an album, and you got legends like Apollo Hanzo, who won the Contender Series with Twin Cities Oxygen in 2025 to accept the invitation into the Synth Kumite, an invitation-only tournament itself. And what an amazing thing. His second album, man. Isn't that a huge feat? Isn't it a major accomplishment? It's absolutely friggin' cool. And if you don't think it's cool, go back to school. Let's go with Apollo Hanzo, not a cult. And you know what? Everyone thinks this is a cult. Just because we drink Kool-Aid on a regular don't mean this is a cult. All right, let's roll. That is Apollo Hanzo, baby. What a friggin' track. I'm so pumped, man, that you're fired up about your second album, man. That is friggin' awesome. That's Apollo Hanzo, Legend Renegade. You know, we just had someone say in the chat, you know, it's kind of like a cult, but you can leave anytime, you know? What do you think, man? Listen, what do you think? What do you think? Just because we make friggin' epic football jerseys with Bro Synth Network on there, just because we friggin' put Synth Renegades on the back with the most unlucky number ever and stamp it with the Bro Synth on the bottom, baby. Listen, everyone said this was a crop top. This ain't no crop top. There's only a few of us out there that got abs to wear a crop top, all right? This ain't no friggin' crop top. This is the real deal. Evander, Holy Synth Field, okay? So, man, we're rolling through the night here. We're getting her done. We're having a great time. And we got up next, we got to keep rolling. We got Twin Cities Oxygen. Member of the Maple Syrup Mafia. Don't forget, we got Harmonic Sonics leading the charge for the Digidogs. He's the captain. He's the capo of the Digidogs. That's the digital onslaught. People who literally run through wavetables, okay? Like the bushwhackers used to throw people through tables. All right, we got the one, the only. Okay, look at the artwork. I think that right now, I'm going to declare in the race right now, I think this might be the artwork of Kumite 2026. So far, this is the winner, bro. We got Twin Cities Oxygen on the friggin' Skidoo, baby. The Snow Beast TCO cutting through the friggin' Alpine skies with the beautiful chicks, the Behringer babes on the back. All right, look at this, man. That might be the one. We'll see. If anybody can top this, I don't know. That might be the winner of the friggin' greatest friggin' album art of all time. We'll see about that. But this is Twin City Oxygen, baby, with Snow Beast, member of the Maple Syrup Mafia. I think he's actually the leader of the Maple Syrup Mafia, the capo. We got the leader of the Digidogs, leader of the Maple Syrup Mafia, leader of the Analog Aristocrats, leader of the Vintage Vagabonds. We got leaders of the Corgis. We got groups and factions all over the place.
And it's your boss to ride, and you let him ride, and it's your boss to lie. You don't lie with the snow beast, you don't fuck with the snow beast, you don't fuck with the snow beast, you don't fuck with the fucking beast. In the winter's night, when the sun goes down, and the snow is hot, with a crunchy sound, there's a lady, wow, spot new direction. Goes where they say not to go. The column names oh, this is not a hoe. And his friend hold on to a nice champion. And if she wants to ride, let her ride. And if she wants to lie, she don't lie. With the snow beast, you don't fuck with the snow beast, you don't fuck with the snow beast, you don't fuck with the fucking beast, don't fuck with the snow beast, don't fuck with the snow beast, you don't fuck with the fucking beast, you don't fuck with the fucking beast.
Oh, damn, that's Twin Cities Oxygen with Snow Beast. You don't F with the Snow Beast, baby. You don't F with the Snow Beast, baby. You don't, man, this This is up there with Dog Smoke as a cult classic already, dude. And probably the greatest album art of all time. Let's see that again. Who wants to see this on the big screen? Holy guacamole, baby. Look at the Snow Beast with the Behringer Babes on the skidoo. Come on, man. Can anybody do it better than the Maple Syrup Mafia? Nobody does it better. Come on. The Snow Beast. Holy crap. Absolute friggin' legend. Twin Cities Oxygen. What a friggin' track, bro. Friggin' love it. Love it. Nobody find one with the Snow Beast. Yeah. All right. We're moving on. That got me fired up. Got me back in the game there, Twin Cities, baby. The Snow Beast? Are you serious? Whoa. Damn. All right. We're moving on. Tactical MIDI, baby. Absolute legend. Now, Tactical MIDI, there's lots of people out there. Tactical MIDI's got a YouTube channel. Absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite YouTube channels out there on YouTube by far. Amazing musician. Amazing sound friggin' artist. Amazing sound sculptor. And a friggin' hilarious dude, too. And one of the first bros in the Bro Synth Network ever. He bought the first Bro Synth Network t-shirt ever. Can you imagine? Twin Cities Oxygen, or Tactical MIDI bought the first Bro Synth t-shirt ever. This one right here. The friggin' original red, baby. That Florida red with the black Bro Synth. Big old friggin' Jolly Roger on the back. Dude, this is one of the most iconic Bro Synth Network shirts of all time. Okay? And Twin Cities Oxygen is the first one to ever buy one. These things flew off the shelves so fast, I had to go restock them. And there's about 300,000 in stock right now if anybody wants them, but there'll probably be none left there by tomorrow. All right, let's get back to the show, baby. Who's up next? We did Apollo. Here we go, baby. Tactical MIDI. Escape the slums. I like it already. And now I got a cool thing because I can pull up your artwork like that, which makes it actually look cooler. Just figured that out. Super sweet. All right, we'll go with Tactical MIDI, baby. Let's go. Little bit biased. What? Maple Syrup Mafia, bro? What are you talking about? I'm Canadian. You crazy? Are you crazy? Everybody thinks I'm American, man. Are you crazy? I love America. I live in America. But don't forget it, baby. Don't forget it. Don't you ever forget it. Don't you ever forget it. Baby, you can take the maple out of the mafia, but you can't take the mafia out of the maple syrup. Okay? Let's keep it rolling. Tactical MIDI. Damn, man. I'll tell you what, Tactical, that is a vibe, dude. That's a vibe. That's a vibe, bro. That's like I just said, Scott Storch meets Tactical MIDI meets the Machines One. It's like a melding of three beautiful genres that you have created for your own style, dude. Escape the slums, baby. Absolutely nuts from the Pancake Prince. Tactical MIDI. Super legend. Man, what a track. What a track, what a track, what a track. Friggin' loving tonight. How could you not be fired up for the Kumite? Every friggin' song has been nuts. Everything has been amazing. The variety's out of control. Red Mantis hasn't stopped nothing. Never will. Can't be stopped. Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The missus down there, friggin' the Patriots must have got scored on. Everyone heard her in the chat. All right. Up next, we got Tactical MIDI. Dude, Slack. Absolute nuclear track last week. Then we got Blairy's Beatlab, nuclear. SynthMode, nuclear. Hamaranians, nuclear. Studio Effects, nuclear. Wolfman Love, nuclear, dude. We're coming down the final stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to go, baby. Should we take a minute? Should we take a minute and just stretch it out? Oh, let's take a minute and stretch it out, man. Oh, what a friggin' night of music, man. I'm so friggin' excited. I don't know where you can hear this kind of music, man. I do know where you can hear it. One of the absolute greatest friggin' YouTube channels out there, Symptoms of Reality. Amazing friends of the channel. Great dudes. Great misses involved. Absolute firecrackers. Channel's so cool. All I can say is they're some of the best people I've ever met my whole entire life. Symptoms of Reality. They're actually going to be donating a prize for the prize pool too, which is super cool. But man, you check out every Friday, they do a community event where they do a show called Popcorn Night where people send in music. You get some amazing tracks over there, some amazing artists, lots of crossover between both of us. Super cool, man. So everybody check out Symptoms of Reality. What a friggin' amazing, amazing YouTube channel. And I know, man, that once they catch a little fire, baby, they're to the moon because they are a container of charisma about to explode. Absolutely crazy. All right, let's check out Slack, man. Ride and die, baby. Slack coming in hot. What do we got? Don't fight the force of the full moon. Just let it shine and ride the tide. Okay, baby. I dig it. I dig it. This is Slack. Let's roll. Dude, I gotta tell you something, man. 2 weeks in a row now. Slack, your tracks, dude, have literally made me feel something crazy inside. Like, man, I gotta listen, man. Don't let this handsome face and the sunglasses fool you. I got a dark vibe in my core that I try to suppress, you know. And when you make these tracks, dude, I can literally feel the darkness in me like releasing, dissipating, because you got these chords and these melodies, and whatever you're doing there, I'm not a musician, I'm a hype guy, but whatever you're doing, I think Echocraft calls it spirit chords. Whatever you're doing is pulling out feelings in me that I absolutely feel that are just, dude, it's like relief when I'm listening to this. It's got such a positive undertone, but it's got this darkness that runs across it, but there's this positivity and this upswell of something in there, and it's just bursting through, dude. I'm telling you, man, you need to understand that you're making some real friggin' special music, dude, and that's my opinion. I think that is friggin' amazing. I think the last 2 tracks you did, dude, the last week and this week, are absolutely super special. And when you finish this album at the end of 8 weeks, dude, it's gonna be friggin' awesome, dude. I think that's amazing. That's Slack, bro. Damn. Wow. Holy friggin' crap, dude. Holy crap. Holy crap, Slack. That's nuts. All right, man. We got Blairy's Beatlab, baby, from Perth, Australia. Coming in hot. Coming in super hot. Always, baby. Coming in hot. Blarry is one of the absolute most epic live jammers, epic YouTubers, epic musicians, all the way from friggin' over in the down under. I'm about to, I'm copping a plea, dude. Listen, you don't want to be on the dark. You don't want to be on the back end. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the back. Primal. That's the word. Primal. It's friggin' primal. It's primal, dude. Your music is primal, and it's friggin' awesome. All right, man. We got Blairy's Beatlab, Kumite 2. The freshmen this year are wild. They're wild. They opened the show with a bang last year. They're closing the show with a bang last week. This week, we got Galactic Dialogue by Blairy's Beatlab. Like I said, amazing YouTube channel. Someone posted in the chat, my mods have been just kind of hanging out all night. I don't know what they're doing. They're not posting no links or nothing like that, but you know how the mods do it around friggin' Synth Samurai Productions. It'd be nice if they posted a few links here tonight or whatever, right? But we got Blairy's Beatlab, the Galactic Dialogue, Kumite 3, Week 2. No description needed. Let's do it, Blairy, baby. Total legend.
Constructed eyes for me to watch the show.
right, baby. That's Blairy's Beatlab. Out of control as usual. Absolute freaking legend. Like I said, man, Blairy's got one of the greatest YouTube channels. He's one of the greatest musicians on the go by far. Everybody in the competition is absolutely amazing. Absolutely out of control. Absolutely. Absolutely awesome, dude. I mean, I had so many people email me last week. They're like, how the hell am I going to pick one person? I'm like, I don't know. That's your problem, not mine. Okay? That's your problem, not mine. They're like, how am I just going to choose one? I was like, I don't know. Figure it out. Banana Rodder's going to timestamp it. Go back and listen again. I had people telling me right up to the last minute they couldn't pick one. And I was like, I know. Everybody's too good. Everybody's amazing. Everybody's awesome. Everybody's got a different vibe. Everybody's got their own style. And there's a lot of haters too, man, that are like, you know, man. And I'm like, man, give me a break. All right. So we got up next, we got the Blairy's Beatlab, absolutely fantastic. Next up, we got the freshman class, man. I got to point out the freshman class again. From 2025, we had Apollo, Hanzo, and Twin Cities Auction go head to head. Like Stefan Bonner and Forrest Griffin. And they were both so good, we had to give them both an invitation to the Kumite. They both came in last year. This year, invitations went out to Tactical Midi, Slack, Blairy's Beatlab, SynthCircus, SynthMode, the Hamaranians, Studio 8FX, Wolfman Love, and Conductive. And in the competition, in the fighters category, we got Tactical, Slack, Blairy's Beatlab, SynthMode, Hamaranians, Studio 8FX, and Wolfman Love. And the Hamaranian is Crazy Wabbit, if you don't know. Also, Juice is Banana Rodder 69, so we also got to point that out. And listen, when the voting happens, as soon as this show closes, I had someone from Symptoms of Reality, Marilyn, had a question. She was like, oh, it sucks because when we're on the Wi-Fi, we only get one vote because I got the security system locking it down. I was like, listen, if your family's watching, just jump on your cellular service that gives you a different IP address, and then your whole family can vote via their cell phones, right? So there's a little bit of a extra vote you can have in there, but that's something you got to figure out on your own, man. I can't be giving away all the tricks. Okay, next up, we've got SynthMode, baby, from Los Angeles, California. Kumite 2026 Week 2. This track is for the Behringer Bros, baby, with the Edge as the main synth, backed up by the Roland TR-6S with a 909 drum kit. Shout out to the bros. Shout out to the Behringer Bros. Huge week for the Behringer Bros. Huge week for the Bro Synth Network. Huge week for the Synth Renegade Mafia. Huge week for every friggin' individual out there who's not abiding by the rules, who ain't playing the same game, and we're reverse engineering this whole system to be about the people. Not just about the top of the top, okay? And that's a theme running across Earth at the moment. We're all kind of seeing what's happening. Man, that's synth mode with Behringer Edge, dude, is the main thing. Listen, Behringer Edge is a crazy product. You know, I'm a Behringer bro, so I got to glaze Behringer because I think it's one of the coolest companies on planet Earth. That's just my opinion, and that's the way it is because you're allowed to give your opinions. And this is, you know, this is kind of my show, so I can kind of give my own opinion of what I think. Thank you, Echo, for the donation, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, Midi Mark Sounds, man. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. That'll help pay for the championship belt at the end of the tournament because this show is funded by me and by you guys. If you donate for the prize at the end, that's cool too. So that's all awesome, man. Yeah, but guess what? This ain't just no kumbaya moment, okay? There's a winner. There's a winner. Like Echo said, you're all winners here. You're really fighting against yourself. But the whole beauty of this show and this competition is there's a little bit of drama at the end and we build up. Then there is a winner who receives the championship belt. There is a death match with 5 people who will then fight for the Gladiator Championship, okay? There's drama involved because that's what it's all about. It's all about the show. Okay? But at the end of the day, like Echocraft said, you're all winners here. You all compete. You all end up with an 8-track album. You all get the brotherhood. You all get the camaraderie. You all get everything in between. And it's nothing but super positive. It's nothing but amazing. And everyone in the competition is absolutely amazing. And like we said, there's no rules. You do what you want. You make what you want. I don't care if you got electric guitar, drums. I don't care if you're playing the spoons. I don't care what you're up to. You put in your track wherever you want to. No rules, no limits. Just give it everything you got every week for 8 weeks. It's longer than 8 weeks, but that's what's up. All right. That was Synth Mode. Absolute amazing. Now we got Hamaranians, a.k.a. Crazy Rabbit. Zesty Toast was the first track he got. And what do we got? Round 1. Round 2 is Dr. K, baby. Dr. K. Zesty Toast is the name of the album, I do believe, right? And the first one we had Not Forgotten, round 1. Next track, we got Dr. K, round 2. Absolute awesome. I was watching some of Crazy Rabbit's channel earlier today. Watched him have a conversation. Very interesting with the dog. Was super cool. Had 2 other verts today. Awesome channel. Check out Crazy Rabbit's channel. Very, very cool dude, man. And got a lot of wisdom and insight that I think is super valuable, man. So this album is dedicated to my late brother and wife, to those we've lost, and to those who are still surviving. All tracks are made using the Roland TR-8S, no mix and mastering, recorded into the Zoom LX, normalized and shipped. This is the very first album after pushing back for years. There'll be more, and they'll be just as messy, just as life is. A special shout out to the SS who said no rules and was the kick in the shorts I needed. Thank you for joining us, man. It's an absolute honorable invitation. I'm so happy that you accepted the invitation, joined the Kumite. Now you are a member of the Kumite for life because anybody who competes in the Kumite is a member for the Kumite of life. Unless you end up being absolutely diabolical, then you get sent to the Kumite graveyard. Let's go with this. Track 2, Dr. K. All right, baby, that's Crazy Wabbit. Man, that's some late night loving kind of music. Keep you on rhythm, you know. Forgive my French, but I call that late night loving music. I don't know where you guys come from, but up in the great north when it's cold, man, that's some late night loving music to keep you on rhythm. Fire up that freaking wood stove, throw a little Crazy Wabbit on. Guess what? You got a bunch of little rabbits running around 9 months later. You feel me? All right, man, that's Dr. K by Crazy Rabbit. Who do we got up next, dude? We got 2 more to go. We're coming to the end of the night. Wow. Let's get another little round of the sponsors in, dude. We got Synth Samurai Productions coming in hot with t-shirts, belts, sponsoring the Kumite. We got Fred's Lab with the beautiful Fred's Lab Manatee. Amazing multi-timbral spectral synthesizer from a great boutique synth company. Fred's an awesome dude, and he's makes all these himself, man. Came up the whole thing. Just did a firmware update on this beauty, and it's absolutely friggin' fantastic. And he's one of those dudes who wants to give back to the community because he's a bro for sure. We got Iowa Trading Company, man. Iowa Trading Co., absolute legendary company. If you need a brand, you need anything maximized, they got you, dude. They got everything. They got a great design team. They got branding galore. If you're out there and you're doing EMOMs, doing shows, you're doing whatever, and you need some merch to bring, this is the company to go to, man. That's Iowa Trading Company. Absolutely friggin' awesome. Super friggin' friends of the channel. Wicked. Don't forget, we got Tasty Chips Electronics, an absolute amazing company as well. These guys are super supportive of the Renegades, the Bros, the Behringer Babes, all of them, man. We got the GR Mega, the Granular GR1. We got all these beautiful gear, and they're donating a very cool surprise, which I'll reveal later on. We can't give away all the secrets. Don't forget, baby. We got Lounsberry pedals from Greg Lounsberry himself competing in the competition under SynthCircus with the Mo Bass, the Gear Grinder, the Tall and Fat, the Tall, Fat, and Wide, baby, the Organ Grinder, the Amp Rescue. He's got so many pedals, all made by himself, and powder-coated, beautiful, American-made, absolute friggin' awesome. I got the organ grinder. It's amazing. And don't forget, we got the Dark Slide, apparel, skateboards, snowboards, branding, collabs. They got it all, artwork. And this is a very, very cool company. And they're massive fans of the synth community, and they're donating a bunch of prizes this year for the raffle, which is super cool. And they got beautiful boards, man, because boards aren't just for skating on, they're also pieces of art, you know. Very, very cool boards. Check it out, man. They got so much cool stuff. That's their main logo, which we got on the sponsor of the show too, which is cool. All right, man, so we got 2 more to go. We got Studio 8 Effects and Wolfman Love. Wolfman Love from Newfoundland, Labrador, Canada. God's country, my hometown. My island, we're island boys. Island boys. Okay? Wolfman Love, and they got Studio 8 Effects from Amarillo, Texas, man. A real one. So let's hit it up with Studio 8 Effects first. Behind Her Eyes. Released Arturia Pigments, Ableton Live 2, and Output co-producer. Beautiful, beautiful thumbnail. Gorgeous. Come on, man. Imagine looking into a woman's eyes and seeing a trail in the moonlight. I do. So I know what it feels like. Let's roll. All right, baby. That is Studio 8 Effects, Behind Her Eyes. Freaking very, very, very cool track, man. I'm vibing to that big time. Big time. Man, so many good musicians tonight. I got to make sure I got that poll geared up and published. I got to go check the laptop over there, make sure she's fine, not shut down, you know. All right, man. We got one more track coming up from the legendary Wolfman Love. Can't glaze Wolf too much because he's a great friend of mine, so I got to keep it real, you know. But this is a Computer Will Talk to You, an amazing track created with the Synthstrom Deluge, GarageBand, Microsoft Word. A computer that will talk to you reflects on the uncanny valley, artificial voices, and strange comfort of living in these wild times. Now, buckle up, baby, because Wolfman Love's a cerebral assassin, so he might incept you with some wild thoughts. Let's roll. A computer that will talk to you. Wolfman Love.
It needs to have a computer that will talk to you. Isn't it needs to have a computer that will talk to you? Isn't it nice to have a computer that will talk to you? Isn't it nice to have a computer that will talk to you?
Man, that is Wolfman Love. What isn't a computer will talk, a computer that will talk to you. Crazy thing about Wolfman Love, I talked to him about this track, and those voices were all made in Microsoft Word when you take the text you put in and have it replay it in a friggin' computerized voice. So that's very, very cool, man. A cool way to make music. There's so many ways to be creative, and I think that song is absolutely nuts. Crazy switch up, crazy vibe. That's Wolfman Love from Newfoundland, Canada, man. And it's such an honor to have a good friend like him in the Kumite, because we came up in the synth world together. We both kind of got synths at the exact same time. 2020, 2021, we both kind of got them. His first synthesizer was the JDXI by Roland that I recommended to him. And then he went and got the synths from Deluge, and he got the Polybrute 6, and then he got the Wave State, and then he's got Strymon Night Sky, and then he's got a TR8S. He's got a very cool little setup. And he's also a Dallas jammer like many of us in this chat. Absolutely fantastic. What a friggin' night of music, man. What a friggin' night of music. The Red Mantis did not even friggin' make a dent. He came in hot, started off hard. We had Lover's Lane. We had the people who just love music. Such amazing talent. Hanz Volt, one of the greatest musicians of all time. I have to say that. Even though he doesn't like when I glaze him up, man. He's my kind of Boston cream, you know what I mean? I'll put the He got the cream inside already. I'll put the chocolate on the top, not vice versa. You know what I mean? Hanz Volt is amazing. Absolutely one of the greatest musicians of all time. Thank God he's took part in this Kumite. And like I said, we talked earlier, man, he transcended the whole Kumite. He's working behind the scenes now. The thing about the Kumite is you always leave space for others. And Hanz, we had a private conversation. He said, man, I'd like to do something really special for the Kumite. I'd like to come in here and I'd like to immortalize the Kumite. I'd like to put a stamp on the Kumite this year that hopefully I can do every year. And Hanz is actually going to score and make a movie of everybody in the Kumite. So everybody in the Kumite this year, all you do is send Hanz a picture of yourself. He's going to make a rendering of your avatar based on what he thinks you should look like. He will put you in this beautiful movie that he's making at the end to kind of like wrap this whole Kumite up in a bow with all the beauty, all the fantasy, all the characters. It's a super cool thing to do. And it's amazing that he decided to not even compete this year because it's going to take a lot of work to put that movie together at the end, which will be the Kumite Ascension, the movie at the end. And it's pretty cool he's doing something like that. So I think everybody needs to like say, you know, Hanz Volt, man, thank you, brother. And listen, so many good musicians in here, but you know where we are, dude? There's got to be a winner. There's got to be a vote. Everybody loves everybody, but you know what? It's not a friggin' participation event. It's not something you just show up to and everybody gets an award. Everybody might get a little glaze from Samurai, you know what I mean? Because that's what I like to do, but not everybody wins. And like I said, this competition is 8 weeks, or should I say 8 rounds? It's about 12 weeks long, so we've got a couple bye weeks. Next week is a week off. You actually get 2 weeks to make your track, so you're going to hear some crazy, crazy music at the end of, not this Sunday, the Sunday following, because I'll be on the road on a mission, very top secret mission that I don't even want to talk about at the moment, but it's big time. And I'll be on the road, and you got 2 weeks to make your next track, so do something special, man. Take your time. Do whatever you want to do. When I'm listening to these tracks, I'm really noticing the mixing is getting amazing. Everybody's putting a lot of friggin' time and effort. And as the Kumite goes on, everybody feels that pressure to put more and more in, and you get these weird vibes, and I try to intertwine a storyline, and that's the beauty after Hanz Volt is going to turn the storyline and everything over those weeks into an actual movie, which is friggin' nuts and awesome. But here we are. Here we are, man. Here we are at the end of round 2. And at the end of round 2, you know what happens? We actually got to vote, right? You actually have to pick a winner. So I got a round 2 website, and I just want to say to everybody, if your family was sitting there with you watching and you're in the same room, you can't vote on the same Wi-Fi system. It's the same IP. So if your wife is next to you, tell her to log on to the cell-phone network for a minute, and that creates a new IP address, and then your whole family can vote via their cell phones, and one person can vote via the Wi-Fi. Do you guys know how IP addresses work? If you don't, I just told you. So that's how it works, okay? Internet protocol. All right. So I'm going to post it. Here's the people to vote for tonight in no particular order because we reverse it. We got the Machines One, Echocraft, Twin Cities Oxygen, Floating Robots, Blairy's Beatlab, Harmonic Sonics, Juice aka Banana Rider, PintoSonic, Interceptor, Tactical Midi, Studio 8 Effects, ValidCore, Apollo Hanzo, Space Capsule, Unlabelable, Eternian, Hamaranians, Wolfman Love, SynthMode, and Slack. And nobody got knocked out tonight. Everybody's still in it. Everybody's still in the competition for the heavyweight championship of the world, the master of the universe of electronic music, and you can only pick one. So I'm going to post this right now in the chat. You can go vote, and you got 24 hours. If you want to go back and listen, Banana Rider, Master of Time, is going to post timestamps later on. So if you want to go back and re-listen, because there's so much good stuff. But here it is, man. Voting goes live right now. There it is. Anybody listening, it's in the chat. Go vote. You get one vote. The whole thing's locked down. If you cheat, you're dead meat. You understand? And that's just the way it goes. So good luck to everybody. It was an amazing night of music, and I wish you all the best. And I'm just looking for something else real quick. I wish you all the best. You know what I mean? Slow. Slow!